The footage for Campaign 2, Session 5 was lost due to technical difficulties. This is a recap of that session. The session began with the party making their way to the heart of the Green, the most sacred place in Stokebolt Woods. Even though Evren had never been given permission to travel to this spot, the directions that Elder Sindri gave her were accurate. The party heard voices as they hid behind a massive tree. After Evren got closer to the raised voices, she was able to identify the mercenaries that her brother Elias had described. She saw 4 of them, and 1 prisoner who was tied up. After the prisoner caught a backhand to the face by one of the mercenaries, the party attacked from cover and sent the mercenaries scrambling to figure out where the party was. A fight ensued. Evren cast plant growth to ensnare the mercenary and separate the prisoner. Between Evren and Ignatius shooting fire, Marko's heavy weapon hits, Melina's channel divinity, and Burrow's brilliant flanking maneuvers, the mercenaries, led by a man named Captain Tully, were defeated, leaving the last mercenary to surrender after his captain was killed. He admitted in a zone of truth that Captain Tully was hired by the prisoner to take her to the heart of the Green so she could study it. After Tully saw the value of the location, he took his payment, then immediately held her hostage. After dismissing the remaining mercenary, the party freed the prisoner, Shivat Corwin, the student from the mage college that Evren had burned. Even though she was afraid to see Evren again, she expressed her thanks to the group for saving her. She explained that finding the Heart of the Green would help her with her research in order to graduate. Evren was vehement that she not press into the matter further. Before the party left to take the reluctant Shivat back to Verdale to rest and recover, Melina and Evren took turns staring into the knot of tangled vines and trees that compose the Heart of the Green. They each experienced seeing a woman in white robes, with greenery in her hair, holding farming tools. With Evren, though, it was different, more pronounced. The figure was closer, and between the figure and Evren, a small tongue of flame ignited, and then changed shape into a flower. After getting back to Verdale, Elder Sindri and Evren's family welcomed the party back. Sindri, knowing Marko's dreams of knighthood, gave him the title of Protector of Sacred Ground. As Evren talks with Sindri about what she saw in the sacred tree, Evren sees that Shivat is getting druidic artwork painted on her burned arm by the ladies in the village. Sindri confirms that the description matches that of Chontea, the nature deity. After being refreshed for a time, Eustace informs the party that a courier from Evren brought a message from the peacekeeper that they needed to come back. She had visited Burgoyne in the prison and had shown him the sketch of the first mysterious death, and there had been a breakthrough. Before the party leaves, Shivat makes an appearance and tells the group that as a thank you for saving her life, and after talking with Sindri, she agrees not to publicize the location of the Heart of the Green. Since she's gained so much information about druidic culture, she decides to use that for her project instead. After saying their goodbyes, Burroughs ran into Helene at the cart. She traveled on foot to deliver the message, so Eustace offered her a seat on the cart. Upon arriving back in Evren, Marko was informed that he'd been given an armor requisition order, and that he could pick up his armor and then take it to get refitted whenever he had the time. Upon arriving back at the garrison, the peacekeeper and the recollector showed the party the sketch of Hathka Sovereign, the man who seemingly drowned in his tub. Since they hadn't been looking for alchemical symbols at the time, they hadn't noticed the inverted triangular symbol for water in a frame on the wall behind the victim. Burgoyne expressed to the peacekeeper that one more murder might happen. Now that water, fire, and air had been perpetrated, earth was the next logical step, the 4 primary elements. The peacekeeper and the recollector recommend checking out the mage college the next day, since the victims had all been graduates of the college. Before Burroughs could head off for the dorms, Eustace asked the peacekeeper if he could just stay with the others at the garrison instead of walking all the way back, and she agreed. Then, this session ended with this epilogue. For the first time since your investigation started, everyone is together for the night, sleeping in their cramped bunks in the garrison. Each of you has seen what the others are made of, and you are assured that that though you haven't known each other long, all of you would fight to protect each other, nonetheless.